first snowstorm of the season. Well, real snowstorm. Well, I picked a hell of a time to buy a new car. Boy, is it snowing. This is my new ride. It's a 2014 Elantra GT. Very well equipped. I got it as a leftover, so I got some pretty decent discounts. But the car retails for approximately $23,000 as equipped. It has after 4 years, 90,000 miles of reliable service, save for a couple of transmission issues early on. Got rid of the 2010 Elantra. It was time. I wanted something a little more modern, and most importantly, I wanted a hatchback. And this is one. This is the Elantra GT, with a couple of packages added onto it. It's got the trim and appearance package, or whatever the hell they call that, which includes sport wheels, 17-inch heated leather, a couple of other odds and ends, and otherwise it's pretty much, oh yeah, and it's an automatic, a 6-speed automatic, with a Shiftronic feature, which allows you to select the gear you want to be in. But it was about time to get rid of that car. I mean, it was a good car. But, you know, even as the car aged, it was starting to develop a slipping issue in third gear. And I wanted to get rid of it before it died. And before the warranty ran out. So this is my new car. So it has the keyless proximity key ignition, and I gotta say, you know, Hyundai's build quality has improved. It seems to get better every year. This car, I mean, listen to this door close. I mean, that's solid, man. So what do we got? Okay, so this thing is pretty well featured. I mean, I think it retails for about $22,500 as equipped, or just south of 23. And this is what you get: heated leather, 60/40 split rear seat. Of course, it's a wagon, so that's pretty much a given. Analog single zone HVAC system. A fairly decent, capable stereo system, which still includes a CD player and MP3 function. Let's go ahead and start the car. Oh yeah, and of course, the proximity key, which allows you to basically not have to put the key in the ignition ever again. So what we're going to do is we're going to start it by holding on the brake and pressing the engine start button. The car is still braking in. It's got 169 miles on it. And it shows, look at all the small little, it's the little things really that make a difference. It has the exterior temperature. It is freezing. It's 35, as you can see. Average fuel economy, actually a full trip computer, so if I hit the trip button here, it switches between functions. Fuel mileage, average speed, of course a tripometer. Okay. Traction control, electronic brake force distribution, anti-lock brakes, electric power steering with user selectable steering modes. Now, there's actually a term for this. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it allows you to switch between sport, normal, and comfort mode. And what that really does is it adjusts the amount of power going to the electronic steering module. So if I have it in sport mode, it has a nice tight feel. It allows you to really feel the road. In comfort mode, it's like you're on Zoloft. I don't recommend using that mode unless you really have no muscle strength in your arms. But sport mode and normal mode give you a nice center feel, whereas comfort, it kind of floats around. It is a telescoping tilt steering column. It goes up, down, in, and out. Now that's a feature that I found by accident, and I am damn glad I did, because when I got the car, the steering wheel was all the way in. And that's not comfortable. I don't like that. It's too far out. It kind of reminded me of my mom's old Mercedes ML320, which is the worst vehicle on the planet. Let's see. 2 cup holders, bottle holders in the door, which I stuffed with napkins because I have a constant cold in the winter. One thing I do miss about the 2010 Elantra is the hidden cubby holes with doors and pockets that I could close so I could put stuff in there and forget about it. This one, it's all pretty much open concept. You've got a rubber-lined compartment in the front. It's great for a phone or pens, and a compartment behind it, which is great for, like an MP3 player that you never unplug, and other odds and ends. It's actually kind of nice that they did that. But there is no more dash storage on top. I believe the crash regulations are getting rid of a lot of those compartments because they can fly open in an accident and impale your face with a pen. You don't want that. BlueLink is included on this model. I'm not sure if it's standard on all GTs, but it is on this one. And BlueLink allows you to, let's go ahead and do it. Let's press it. It does a couple of different things before I press the button. It provides navigation assistance on cars that don't have navigation devices. It provides emergency services. It also works in conjunction with your cell phone, if you have the service, to start, unlock, and send a panic alarm to the car with your phone. Yes, you can start the car with your phone from anywhere in the world. It's a neat feature to have. I did use it once, and I'm not impressed because it takes about 5 minutes to get the signal to the car. Okay, that's an exaggeration. About a minute or two. But it's nice to know that it can do that. However, that feature costs $12 a month for the subscription service, and that's the basic package. The car comes with 3 months of BlueLink service, and I believe it's 3 years of emergency services. So the SOS button, if I get into an accident or need a tow truck, I can press that button and boom, someone's here to haul me away. Be it a tow truck, an ambulance, or a fire truck. If I press BlueLink...
Connecting to Hyundai BlueLink. Calls may be recorded and monitored for quality purposes.
It's an automated system, I believe.
Please say the name of the service.
Port inspection.
Please say new destination, service link, roadside assistance, valet alert, or goodbye.
Oh, I guess it doesn't do that. There's a goodbye.
Please say new destination.
Goodbye.
Service link, roadside assistance, valet alert, or goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for calling Hyundai BlueLink.
On a new car, well, this is new, but it's been activated. On a brand new car off the boat, there's a port inspection or port delivery confirmation thing, and it basically runs the whole system's check. That's what I was trying to do. Handbrake is right here. A lot of new cars, especially Volkswagens, are coming with electronic or electric emergency brakes. I prefer the good old-fashioned manual one myself. You can't really drift on an automatic electronic parking brake. That was kind of a joke, but anyway. Pretty cavernous storage compartment down here. A lot of room, but it's going to have the same issue that I had in my old car, because it's so deep that you tend to lose things in there. I mean, I'm pretty sure I found an old bologna sandwich from 5 years ago in mine when I cleaned it out. I'm like, shit, I didn't know I had that. Glove box is pretty big. It also has a little vent in the back so that it can be air conditioned. Yes, it has an air conditioned glove compartment. I know, it's stupid. But actually, that feature is kind of handy. Let's say you're on a road trip and you want to cool off a couple bottles of soda, and there you go. That's the first line from the AC, so it's going to get the coldest air possible. It'll keep your sodas nice and chilled. Just don't put your candy bars in there in the summer or in the winter, because they might melt. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going over little details that they don't really tell you about. A lot of these features I found on my own. Of course, you've got the sunglass holder. Another nice feature is, this is common with most cars today, LED map lights, but I don't think this car has them. It looks like an incandescent to me. But there are a lot of LEDs in this car. The taillights, notably. Let's take a look. The unlock button. Pop the hood. Alright, because I have the key in my pocket, it's yelling at me. Alright, so here is the trunk. Very cavernous. You can put a lot of stuff in here. And what's really nice, and I'm going to show you in a minute, is that the rear seats fold flat. There's also, and this is an option by the way, they don't come standard with this. This is a storage compartment for all different odds. And below that, of course, is the spare tire. That's been a bit of controversy over the past few years with a lot of automakers. A lot of times, yeah, so here's the, this is how you fold the seats down. You can unlock the cushion by pulling up on this little tab here. There we go. Then the seat tips forward and down like that. And then take the headrest off. There we go. And voila, flat folding seats. Very nice, very nice. That was kind of one of my selling points right there. There we go. I like that. I really like that. And then the seat just comes forward. Let's see how comfortable it is back here. Not bad. Not bad. Plenty of headroom. Now I'm about 5 foot. I think I'm 5'6". I'm very short. Of course, you got your armrest here. Not bad. Actually, this is pretty comfortable. I mean, it's not Nissan Murano comfortable, which is a vehicle I owned a few years ago, but it's very comfortable. The seat kind of holds you in place. They did very well on these leather seats. A bad execution of leather seats, in my opinion, would be, say, the Mitsubishi Galant, specifically the 2009 model. My mom has one of those, and the seats they're not supportive. They don't hold you in place. They're just uncomfortable. They're leather for the sake of being leather, and that's just not good. It's a good car otherwise, but it's just very uncomfortable. So I got the all-weather mats, in addition to the summer mats, or the carpeted mats, and those are in storage. Nice little mat pockets back here. This is a great little family hauler. I mean, if I had wife and kids, God forbid, this would be a great car for that. For short family trips. Otherwise, I think a minivan would be a better choice, but otherwise, And this is one thing I like about Hyundai products, is they even use leather in the door insets in the back seats. Now that's probably vinyl. Actually, it feels like vinyl. And in the front, yeah, it's probably vinyl. But that's okay. You don't really need dead cows in the doors. Nice solid door panel. I like that. But they kept the silver accented trim all the way through the back. A lot of lesser models or more cost-cutting manufacturers wouldn't bother with all this. I remember the Chrysler or Plymouth or Dodge Neon. If I'm not mistaken, it had like hard plastic panels in the back, but cloth in the front or something crazy like that. Power windows, just like any other car. And you know what's nice, and this is something I noticed about mainly Hyundais, Toyotas, but Chrysler, GM don't do this. When you open and close a window, the door panel doesn't move in and out and feel kind of chintzy looking, you know. Opening and closing a window on a Hyundai product yields pretty solid results. I've seen on some cars, when you open the window or close it, the motor applies pressure against the inner door panel, and it actually flexes in or out. On Hyundais, that's not the case. To me, it means a better built product. Are these LEDs? You know, that might be an LED. It's kind of hard to tell with all this diffuser material on there, or the textured pattern. Let's take a look at the engine. We're going to call this ADD Car Reviews. Oh, shut up. So this has the 2-liter GDI gas direct injected new engine. That's NU. And let me get the hood prop up. So it's basically an all aluminum twin cam. Both cams are fitted with a variable valve timing system. It is direct injected. I don't believe it's port injected. I believe it injects directly into the cylinder, kind of like a diesel. Although I need to verify that. I have to try to find information on these engines, but I can't find much. But single belt. This is kind of nice. One belt runs the alternator, the water pump, and the AC compressor. Looks to be pretty easy to service. It's not crammed in there pretty badly. These GDI engines have a unique sound to them. It's perfectly normal. And it has a pretty good sized battery. With carrying handles. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to close this. Unfortunately, my car is fitted with 17-inch wheels. And what appear to be summer tires. These aren't even all seasons, are they? No, I don't think so. Oh, no, they're MS rated. They're mud and snow rated. So I have to be able to drive to my parents' house for Thanksgiving, and I don't think I'm going to make it there. This may be the last video I make of this car. Oh, darn. Got fog lights, halogen fog lights. Projector headlights. Projector low beams. The high beams appear to be just standard halogen high beams. It features... Oh, this is cool. Let me hit one of these buttons. No, I have to shut the car off first. But anyway, European style mirror mounted directionals. That's a mouthful. That's cool. This way, if a car can't see the nose or the tail of your vehicle, they'll at least be able to see your directionals in the mirrors. This is especially handy in Massachusetts, where directionals tend to confuse people. What else can I show you? Oh, yes. It has knee airbags for the driver. So basically, I'm riding in a bomb. If this thing gets hit, there will be airbags shooting out the sides here, the seats, the steering wheel, and now, of course, the dashboard. And yeah, that's a lot of freaking airbags. I love how this dash is lit up. Let me put it on max illumination. It kind of has a 3D effect to the gauges. There are 3 levels, like depth-wise, in the speedometer. It's really cool. It gives you a nice effect at night. It's like there's all these numbers kind of floating in midair. So, what else was I going to do? Daytime running lights, it has that. I'll never use it, but basically it shuts off the taillights, and I believe it leaves the headlights on during the day. But personally, I leave mine on full blast all the time. There is a model above this one, a trim package that includes automatic headlights, but this one doesn't have it. And right here is where the sensor would go, if it had that feature. Of course, Bluetooth. There's your Bluetooth microphone. Nice to have, nice to have. Heated seats, oh yes. That's so nice. If you have an old previous generation Elantra or Hyundai iPod cable, you don't need it anymore. This is another thing I love about this car, is I can plug directly into a USB cable and nothing else. For those who don't know, the previous version of the Elantra used or just the previous couple of years, I don't know how far back this went, but they had a special iPod cable that it actually had a separate USB for controlling and charging, and the audio went through the auxiliary jack. It was a strange configuration that required a $30 cable. This car doesn't require that. I'm using an iPhone with a lightning connector, and just that's it. That's all I need to listen to my music. But there's another option. I don't even need the cable. I can actually use audio through Bluetooth. This stereo system supports it. So I can listen to my phone without even removing it from my pocket. But the audio quality isn't as good, I have to warn you. I forget to mention this. When I was in the back of the car, there is a power port back there. There are 2 power sockets here, 12-volt power sockets, and there's one in the back, so you could have like a thermoelectric cooler. Great for long family trips, or if you live in the middle of nowhere like I do, and you wanted to put your frozen items, in the cooler and set it to cold. That way the stuff doesn't, melt when you get home. Because I live like 20 miles from the nearest grocery store. I could do that too. There really isn't much else to show you guys. I've pretty much covered everything. Of course, it has your typical Toyota style. I think that's where Hyundai got this idea. Mirror lights. Most other automakers put the lights on the visor itself, but this is something Toyota did, and I think Hyundai copied it. I'm running out of ideas. I was going to take it for a drive. Unfortunately, it's snowing pretty heavily, and I have stuff to do today. I got to make 6 pies for Thanksgiving, and I got to get on that pretty soon. I'm procrastinating right now is what I'm really doing. Oh, I wanted to cover the keyless operation. So, okay, to start the car, yes, you hold down the brake, press the button once, and it starts. But if you don't want to start the car, and you press the button once, it goes into an accessory mode where you can use the stereo. If I press it again, it turns the car on. And pressing it again a third time shuts it off. Unless, again, of course, if the brake is depressed. Oh yeah, here's another thing I meant to tell you about. This is the appearance package. It actually includes aluminum pedal covers and a dead pedal. So that's if you're into that sort of thing. Personally, I don't care. And if you ever need to get into your car and the remote is dead, there's a way to do that too. We're going to now end this video. All you do is take your remote, press this little button here, and the key comes out. It's a sidewinder key. And alright, sorry about that. Let's put the key in the lock. You can unlock the doors. You can lock it. Two turns unlocks the whole car. Pretty. Okay, so my first little journey in snow was pretty bad. Really bad. The tires just are not up to the task. So if you buy this car and you have the 17-inch wheels, you're going to want to get snows. Traction control. A little word about traction control. When you have no traction, it can't invent it. Let's put it that way. So if the surface is slick, traction control or not, stability control or not, the car is going to basically not go anywhere. What I'm going to do for this car, though, is I'm going to buy an entire wheel package, which is what I should have done with the old car. I'm going to go down a size. I'm going to do 16-inch steel rims with with aggressive snow tires. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. But as it sits, it's just an immobile machine. So I can't really go anywhere until the snow is plowed and gone. I priced out tire rack. It's going to run me about $1,100 with shipping. That's steel wheels, tire pressure monitors, and tires. So I can't wait.